Welcome to Nocturne News. I'm Nick.
And I'm Cass.
You just saw a clip from the Australian electronic duo Multiple Man live at the Burlington Bar here in Chicago. It was a great show. I had so much fun. I danced my ass off.
And of course, we started dancing our asses off at the very beginning with Feline, who has trained her voice like a precision instrument. It is ridiculous. Following her was, of course, Visceral Anatomy, which is the Wingtips side project. They have an album coming out in the fall. We'll talk about it then. Wingtips, of course. Unfortunately...
Yeah, Visceral Anatomy, nothing coming out yet. That we are so excited whenever they're going to come out with anything. They were great.
Can't wait.
Super intense, awesome stage presence. Definitely a band to look out for. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in and subscribing to Strange Ways Radio. This is our third episode now.
And we're going to kick it off with a clip from our first album review.
Revealed and strung out, I need to see the light. Concealed behind my eyes, we didn't start this fight. An instant exorcism makes the head spin. What are we fighting through? I smell your burning skin. You're doing my still.
That was Curse Mackey with Oh Blasphemy off of his brand new solo album entitled Instant Exorcism. It's a great title.
It was a great title.
That's from Negative Gain Records.
Of course, if you've actually listened to the album, which I'm sure you have since it came out on May 10th, you'll notice that he is definitely in an exploratory tone. He's going from post-punk to industrial to EBM. His lyrics are really thought-provoking, though. Like, he spent a good time thinking about this before he put all of this together.
Yeah, you can tell that he's really... put a lot into this new material. I've seen him live do like a DJ set, kind of a stripped down thing, and obviously his work with Pigface and Evil Mothers, a lot of people are familiar with that, but this really impressed me, kind of almost to the point where it's my favorite album so far that's come out this year. It's early in the year, but we'll see how it holds up. But I'm excited he's going to be playing again at Cold Waves, and I believe supporting My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult coming up on their upcoming tour. But check the album out if you hadn't listened to it yet. It's definitely, I say, a thumbs up.
I give it also 2 thumbs up. You could put it on, sit down, and listen randomly to any song. And whatever your mood is at that time, you could definitely figure out the exact one for you for that time period. But of course, next we have another clip from our second album review. That was from Constantly in Love by Solveig Matthildur, which I'm sorry, I probably didn't say that correctly, but she is the keyboardist and backup singer for Icelandic band Kaelin Mikla, which I also probably didn't say correctly. This is her second solo album. It's out on Artifact Records, and I am super impressed by it. It's like a poetic letter from her to a recent lover, but you can tell she's a lyricist and a poet. It seems like a very complete novel from start to finish, even by the titles. But what really stood out to me was this amazing cover with a contrast of red and gold. It reminds me of like an 80s romance novel where like the heroine is staring outside of a window and like her hair is blowing in the wind. But
I really like the album. Yeah, I mean, it's got a kind of down-tempo electronic vibe with operatic, almost eerie vocals. It's very dark. Some of it very melancholy.
Almost heartbreaking.
Yeah, there's a lot of passion in it. You can tell that she is a poet and a lyricist. And I'm excited to see the band live and what else is going to be coming from the 3 members, because they are just kind of blowing up here in the States, but they've been playing for a lot of different bands supporting them. They're
Placebo, The Cure.
Playing with The Cure. And Cold Waves are coming here to Chicago in September, so it'll be great to be able to check them out then. But I definitely give it, also 2 thumbs up. If you want something a little bit more down-tempo to relax to, you're having some sort of something emotional you're going through, put this album on.
It'll help you with your
definitely
feelings,
help you.
definitely. You'll reach the end of whatever novel you're going through, and you'll find some compassion and some, solving in your life. But of course, next we have our other clip that's coming up for our third album review.
That was Replicant live at Talia Hall. They were supporting Perturbator and Ghost that night. They're a Chicago-based band, kind of post-punk, dark wave crooners. And they support a lot of acts that are coming through town. Saw them just recently as well at the Health and Youth Code show. But they just came out with a vinyl release. It's 2 EPs in one. It's called A Taste of Midnight. And
those 2 EPs, The Resistance and The Reckoning, are available on their Bandcamp for a name-your-own price. And the great thing about that is that any of those donations are going to be transferred to the ACLU's voting rights project. And that's pretty much what these 2 EPs, A Taste of Midnight, now on the pressing on vinyl, are basically about. It's like a portrait of our modern dystopia. It's this really scathing review of the administration and how ill-equipped it is to function, and basically what Replicant's idea and resistance and responses to how they feel in these times in this current administration.
Yeah, and the music itself, it's very much has that kind of soundtrack kind of tone to it. They do draw on that kind of synthwave, kind of dissonant feeling of your Blade Runners and your other types of dystopian movies.
It reminded me of Escape from New York.
Yeah, a little bit. It does have that kind of feel to it as well. Like I said, a little John Carpenter-y. But yeah, it's, supporting a great cause if you get the digital versions. The vinyl version is out as well. I'm really enjoying it. And if you, like that type of synthwave concept album kind of vibe, you should totally check them out. I'm loving it and giving it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, of course, and definitely go check out any shows that you see them involved with. I feel like a lot of people don't know who they are because they do open for a lot of bands, and people like to come out later, like 11 or 12 instead of 10.
Yeah,
but
whenever I see that they're going to be on a lineup, I always make sure to get there early because I don't want to miss them. They put on a great show.
Yes, they do. And now, next, our 4th album review. Here's a clip from it.
I've never been broken, 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 broken.
And that was Unbroken from the Gone EP of Sierra, who is off of Laserdisc Records in France. It is kind of like EBM, dark synth, and glitch. She played recently on May 18th, the Stunfest in France.
That would have been awesome. That sounds like a cool show.
It's Hollywood Burns, and she also played with Master Boot Records. We definitely are like, now we have to go to this festival next year and see what other amazing synthwave artists are out there that we in the States may have not heard of. This is another Bandcamp chance. Definitely go on Bandcamp and just do some exploring. But Sierra's Unbroken is really interesting in the fact that it almost sounds like a set. Like this EP was made to be a set at a festival, but still in this Gone EP, you have a couple of different types of tracks and sounds. Like you have your more hard dancey style, and then you have your more like thoughtful lyrical style. So it's going to be really interesting to see where she goes after this and what other albums and types of sound she pursues.
Yeah, I really like the EP. Definitely hard dance kind of club atmosphere to it, but her vocals definitely have almost like a Miss Kitten and the Hacker type vibe a little bit, if you remember that feeling to it. Yeah, but I liked it a lot. Definitely check it out. Part of that whole synthwave, retro wave movement, and it's cool to see something new kind of happening within that genre.
Of course, now we're going to tell you all about the shows that we know about. And remember to let us know when you hear of any shows, concerts, or bands that we don't know that you think others should.
There are a ton of live shows happening throughout June, and we're going to tell you about some of them coming to Chicago, but make sure to check your local listings to see if any of these bands are performing at venues near you.
Of course, we're going to start out at the first part of the month, just because there are a lot of shows and even ones that we don't know are happening yet. So this is going to be June 2nd, a show that's an offshoot of the Sanctuary Festival that's happening in Milwaukee right now with Leather Strip, Wolf Band, which this is their first U.S. tour dates. They have never toured before. Biocarbon 13 and the Glitch Mode All-Stars at Cobra Lounge.
And then on June 15th, we have Cole's Bar 10-year anniversary party, and this is with Ganser, Pixel Grip, and Rare GM. And I'm excited for this first opportunity for me to see Pixel Grip. Their new album, their album's great, super exciting. And of course, Ganser's always a good time. They performed at Cold Waves Festival last year and will be playing Riot Fest this year, which is awesome for them.
Yeah, congratulations, Ganser. That's amazing. And then we have on June 19th, Minuet Machine, Wingtips, and Feline at Burlington Bar.
And June 21st, it's Grendel with Glass Apple Bonsai, Strip Liquor, and Esoteric. And yeah, I'm excited for that one. Glass Apple Bonsai's been on my bucket list for a couple of years now.
Of course, they're from Canada, so.
Yeah, they don't come into the U.S. often, so make sure to check that out. I believe that's a tour playing a lot of different cities, so check your listings for Grendel.
Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to Strange Ways channel.
And we're going to play you out with a clip from Killing Joke live at the Bottom Lounge.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching.